Hello everyone, thank you for tuning into Subliminal Talks. Today I will do things a tad different. I have one of my good friends here. She's going to ask me questions based on the book American Born Chinese. This book was created by Jing Wengying. He won multiple awards for his style and storytelling. So let's get into it. So Larissa, you may ask away your questions.
Hello everyone. My first question is about the genre in the story. Gio, after reading all three short stories, what genres would you place each, and why?
Oh, tough question, but a good one. So let me start by saying the Monkey King has to be mythology based on the origins of any deity, religion, and zoos and all that good stuff. It gives you the different levels of demigods, with the Monkey King learning the four major heavenly disciplines and claiming to be a deity, while Jing Wang, the second short novel, gives you a sense of realism. It gives a storytelling that could potentially happen to anyone. I had grandmas ask me what was my goal in life as an adult, but the children being children, my response has always been a Pokemon master while holding in my Pokeball. So Jing Wang's similarity story with mine was a robot who transformed into a truck, formerly known as Optimus Prime. Many children could relate to the question being said by an older woman. The final story is supposed to give a humorous comedic style, but it does not go well with me, the reader. It feels inappropriate, and I understand it's trying to lighten the load by using farce. Given by the character of racial appearance and buffoonery, it still doesn't sit right with me. Next question.
Was there any racial identity in any of the stories?
Great question. So let me start with Jing Wang's story. His mother visited a herbalist every Sunday. Jing Wang, questioned by the herbalist woman who asked a question on what would he like to do when he gets older, he starts responding with being a robot who can transform into anything. Jing Wang is not happy with his identity, so he wants a sense of belonging. The herbalist woman says to this, it's easy to become anything you wish, so as long as you're willing to forfeit your soul, which is crucial to Jing Wang since there's a racial identity in Jing Wang which he hates. And that seems tragic for Jing Wang to hear such words. It will eventually catch up to him in the story that the process of learning from racial identity. Next question.
Very tragic for Jing Wang. Next question. Is there any racism in any of the stories?
Yes, so when Jing Wang is starting a new school, I think it was in 3rd grade in San Francisco, he was introduced to the teacher with one of the kids asking a question about him eating dogs, only to have the teacher respond to this, and I quote, "They stopped that when they moved to the United States, which is very terrible of a person who you trust to teach your kids and make them ignorant." Very inappropriate comments for a teacher to have with the student and the child's first day. You can understand why racism is being approved in the elementary school, but later I noticed Jing Wang trying to follow the same racism as other kids. When Wang Qing's first starts school, he corrects him on his grammar. But not only racism is involved, but it changes people's viewpoints on themselves, and that is harmful and abusive.
Last question. Any racial stereotypes in any of these stories?
Yes, so the story of cousin Danny, there's a dilemma with racial stereotypes. In the story, Danny is conflicted with his cousin coming over to stay while anyone would be happy to have family go over. This does not sit right with Danny. His viewpoint on his cousin aren't good. He makes his cousin look very yellow, big teeth, and the way he expresses his words seems illiterate. Later in the story, Danny gets so upset with his cousin that he drags him out of the lunch table and starts beating on him. This gives me, the reader, no self-identity, struggling along with racial stereotypes vetted in his brain. We as people want to be accepted by our friends and people we work with. And if they do not accept that, well, that's not your problem. Thank everybody for listening, and to this podcast, to Larissa for helping me put this podcast together and continue to accept everyone for who they are. I am signing out. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys take care. Have a good one.